the clip, clip, clop of the horses' trot in the merry, merry month of May. 3 men did ride side by side along the broad highway. 'Twas Tom, Tom, the piper's son, and Dick of Deadman's Lee, and Harry, the squire of Lord Maguire from across the Irish Sea. As they rode from the coast, the men did boast of deeds of great renown. They started small, but their tales grew tall as the wineskin passed around. Then Tom did cry so boldly, I'm a thief extraordinaire, 'cause I danced the jig and stole a pig at the Essex County Fair. Said Tom to Dick, that's my trick, top it if you can. Said Dick to Tom as they rode along, I'll prove I'm the better man. For I've run my rig in Scotland, in the stables of Moncrief, and this horse I ride is his lordship's pride, I'm the better thief. They turned to the squire and did inquire the nature of his crime. Said he with a smile, I did beguile and while away my time throughout my stay in Ireland, especially Dublin town, 'cause I took the beds and the maiden heads of the prettiest maids around. Then Dick did cry with a fiery eye, I'll top that too, by George. I'll prove my rule and test my tool in the nearest maiden's forge. So then they made a wager, a downright vulgar bet, that Dick could wick a kiss with his prick from the very first maid they met. As the horses strode on down the road, they came to a comely maid. She sat all alone by the stepping stone, and her the freeway laid. Cried Tom, why sit you lonely? A man might do you harm. The maid just smiled with fetching guile, a man might keep me warm. She turned to the squire, I've a great desire, perhaps you'll give it me. Said Dick with a leer, oh no my dear, I'm the man it had better be. Her eyes began to sparkle, you've one thing which I prize. Promise me that you'll give me what lies betwixt your thighs. Said Dick, well lass, it's come to pass, but you did not need to beg. I'll give you free, 'cause it pleases me what lies between my legs. Straightway bold Dick dismounted, and the maid leapt lightly on. Thank you, lad, for the horse you had, and now I must be gone. As she rode away, the squire did say, Dick, you've lost the bet. You've come to grief from a better thief than any we have met. So all you jolly gamblers, take heed the words you say, lest you lose your horse to a maid, of course, in the merry, merry month of May.
As he came home on a Monday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw a horse there in the stall where his own horse should be. So he's asked his wife, come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Whose is this horse there in the stall where my own horse should be? Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a milking cow, me mother she sent to me. Well, he's travelled this wide world over, 1,000 miles or more, but a saddle on a milking cow he'd never seen before. As he came home on a Tuesday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw a coach there on the peg where his own coach should be. So he's asked his wife, come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Whose is this coat there on the peg where my own coach should be? Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a blanket, oh, me mother she sent to me. Well, he's travelled this wide world over, 1,000 miles or more, but buttons on a blanket, sure he's never seen before. As he came home on a Wednesday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw a hat there on the shelf where his own hat should be. So he's asked his wife, come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Whose is this hat there on the shelf where my own hat should be? Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a flower pot, me mother she sent to me. Well, he's travelled this wide world over, 1,000 miles or more, but a sweatband on a flower pot he'd never seen before. As he came home on a Thursday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw some boots under the bed where his own boots should be. So he's asked his wife, "Come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Whose are these boots under the bed where my own boots should be?" "Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a chamber pot me mother she sent to me." Well, he's travelled this wide world over 1,000 miles or more, but lacings on a chamber pot he'd never seen before. As he came home on a Friday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw a face there on the bed where his own face should be. So he's asked his wife, "Come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Whose is this face there on the bed where my own face should be?" "Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a baby boy me mother she sent to me." Well, he's travelled this wide world over 1,000 miles or more, but whiskers on a baby's face he'd never seen before. As he came home on a Saturday night, as drunk as he could be, he saw a man going out the door a little bit after 3. So he's asked his wife, "Come here, me wife, and tell this thing to me. Who was that man going out the door a little bit after 3? "Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, so drunk, why can't you see? 'Tis nothing but a tax collector the king he sent to me." Well, he's travelled this wide world over 1,000 miles or more, but an Englishman that could last till 3 he'd never seen before. There was an old farmer who lived by a rock. He sat in the meadow a-shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek, their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings. And in days of yore there came a young lady who looked like a lovely young creature. She sat on the grass, she lifted her skirts and she showed us her ruffles and laces and a cute little tuck. She told us she was learning a new way to bring up her children and teach them to knit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse from the stables. They worked day and night. If you think this is dirty, you're bloody well right. An old man came a-courting me, hating Nooramda. An old man came a-courting me being young. An old man came a-courting me, fain would he marry me. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man, for he's got no falorum by little iorum. He's got no falorum by little ide. He's got no falorum, he's lost his ding-doorum da. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man. Now when we went to church, hey, ding-doorum-da. Now when we went to church, me being young. Now when we went to church, he left me in the lurch. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man, for he's got no falorum by little iorum. He's got no falorum by little ide. He's got no falorum, he's lost his ding-doorum da. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man. Now when we went to bed, hey, ding-doorum da. Now when we went to bed, me being young. Now when we went to bed, he lay like he was dead. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man, for he's got no falorum by little iorum. He's got no falorum by little ide. He's got no falorum, he's lost his ding-doorum da. Maids, when you're young, never wed an old man. So I threw my leg over him, hating Durham-da. I threw my leg over him, maybe and young. I threw my leg over him, bloody near smothered him. Maids too young, never wed an old man, but he's got no falorum by little Iorum. He's got no falorum by little Ide. He's got no falorum, he's lost his ding Durham-da. Maids when you're young, never wed an old man. Now when he went to sleep, hating Durham-da. Now when he went to sleep, me be an young. Now when he went to sleep, out of bed I did creep into the arms of a bonny young man. And I found his falorum by little Iorum. I found his falorum by little Ide. I found his falorum, he got my ding Durham-da. Maids me young, never wed an old man.
It's of a pretty female, as you shall understand, who had a yearning for to travel in a foreign land. Attired in sailor's clothing, she boldly did appear, and engaged with the captain to serve him 1 year. She engaged with the captain, the cabin boy to be. The wind it was in favour, so they set on out to sea. The captain's lady being on board, she seemed in great joy, for to think the captain had engaged the handsome cabin boy. Now so nimble was the handsome lad, and done his duties well, but all it followed after the song itself will tell. The lady with the handsome lad did often kiss and toy, and she soon found out the secret of the handsome cabin boy. Her cheeks they were like roses, and with her side locks curled, the sailors used to laugh and say she looked just like a girl. But eating captain's biscuits her colour did destroy, and the waist did swell of pretty Nell, the handsome cabin boy. All through the Bay of Biscay their gallant ship did plough, till one night in the bunks there arose a fearful row. The noise and all the racket it did their rest destroy, for to hear the fearful moaning of the handsome cabin boy. Oh doctor, the cabin boy did cry, and all who heard the racket thought for sure the lad would die. The doctor ran with all his might and smiling at the fun, but to think a sailor lad should have a daughter or a son. Now the sailors, when they heard the joke, they all began to stare. The child belonged to none of them, they solemnly did swear. The captain to his lady said, "My dear, I wish you joy. It was either you or I betrayed the handsome cabin boy." So they all took up a bumper and drank a toast to trade, to the handsome cabin boy, though neither man nor maid. Here's hoping that the wars don't rise our sailors to destroy, and here's hoping for a jolly lot more like the handsome cabin boy.
He was a fine upstanding bantam cock, so brisk and stiff and spry, with a springy step and a jaunty plume and a purposeful look in his eye, in his little black laughing eye. So I took him to the coop and introduced him to me 17 wide-eyed hens, and he took them a took as a hero tooks. He bowed to them all and then he up and took them all again. Then upon the piece of me ducks and geese he boldly did intrude. With glazed eyes and open mouths they bore him with fortitude and a little bit of gratitude. He jumped me giggling guinea fowl, he thrust his attentions upon me 20 hysterical turkeys and a visiting migrant swan. The Bantam thundered on. He groped me fantail pigeon doves and me lily white columbine. His eye was a-looking at me budgerigar when he jumped me parrot from behind. It was sitting on my shoulder at the time. But all of a sudden, with a gasp and a gulp, he clapped his wings to his head. He lay flat on his back with his feet in the air. Me bantam cock was dead. And the vultures circled overhead. Gave me a wink and a terrible grin, the way that rapists do. He said, you see them silly dark buggers up there, they'll be down in a minute or two. They'll be down in a minute or two.
Oh, Johnny be fair and Johnny be fine, and once me for to wed, and I would marry Johnny, but me father up and said, I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Johnny is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Well, Billy be fair and Billy be fine, and once me for to wed, and I would marry Billy, but me father up and said, I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Billy too is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Well, Charlie be fair and Charlie be fine, and once me for to wed, and I would marry Charlie, but me father up and said, I'm sad to tell you, daughter, what your mother never knew, but Charlie too is a son of mine, and so he's kin to you. Well, you never saw a girl so sad and sorry as I was. The boys in town are all me kin, and me father is the cause. If life should thus continue, I should die a single miss, and so I'll go to mother and complain to her of this. Well, daughter, haven't I taught you to forgive and to forget? And if your father sowed his oats, well, still you needn't fret. Your father may be feathered to all the boys in town, but still he's not the one that desired you, so marry who you will.
God bless the human member, God bless it while it stands. If it stood too short, we'd die out, I fear. If it stood too long, we'd be screwing out our ears. God bless it while it stands.
On the 14th of May, at the dawn of the day, with his gun on his shoulder, to the woods he did stray, in search of some game, should the weather prove fair, to see could he get a shot at the bonny black hare. When he came up upon me in a clearing so fair, and one look in his eyes told me why he was there. He says, tell me, fair maiden, why ramble you so? Can you tell me where the bonny black hare do go? Well, the answer I gave him, my answer was no, but it's under me apron, they say it do go. And if you'll not deceive me, I vow and declare, we'll both go together to hunt the bonny black hare. Well, this lad lay me down with me face to the sky. He pulls up his ramrod says, lock your legs around me and begin with your heels, for the closer we get, love, the better it feels. Well, the birds they were singing in the bushes and trees, and the song that they sing is she's easy to please. And he felt my heart quiver, and he knew what he'd done. Says he, have you had enough of me old sporting gun? Well, the answer I gave him, my answer was nay, but it's not often young sportsmen like you come me way. And if your powder be willing and your bullets lie fair, why don't you keep on firing at the bonny black hare? Well, his powder is wasted, his bullets all gone, his ramrod is limber, he cannot fire on. But he'll be back in the morning, and I'm sure I'll be here, and we'll both go together to hunt the bonny black hare. There were 3 drunken maidens came from the Isle of Wight. They drank from Monday morning, they'll stop till Saturday night. Then Saturday night did come, me boys, they would not then go out. And these 3 drunken maidens, they pushed the jug about. Then in comes Bouncing Sally, her cheeks as red as the bloom. Stand up, me jolly sisters, and give young Sally some room, for I'll be your equal before the night is out. And these 4 drunken maidens, they push the jug about. There's woodcock and pheasant, there's partridge and hare, there's all kinds of dainties, no scarcity was there. There's 40 quarts of beer, me boys, we barely drunk 'em out. And these 4 drunken maidens, they push the jug about. Then in comes the landlord, he's asking for his pay. It's a 40-pound bill, me boys, these girls have got to pay. It's £10 a piece, me boys, they would not then go out. And these 4 drunken maidens, they push the jug about. Oh, where are your feathered hats, your mantles rich and fine? They've all been swallowed up, me boys, in tankards of fine wine. And where are your maidenheads, your maidens brisk and gay? We left them in the alehouse, we drank them clean away.
In a crumbling ruin, oh condemned for years, there lived a woman, such a kind old dear. For 40 years in a basement flat, no friend had she but her old tomcat. One Christmas Eve she sat cold and glum, when a blinding light lit up her room and slum. And there stood a fairy saying, have no fear, to grant 3 wishes they have sent me here. With trembling hands she held forth her purse, a widow's pension don't go far, of course. The fairy waved her wand around, and there was gold, nearly 1,000 pounds. A gorgeous figure and a face divine, oh, all my life I have wished were mine. Hold tight, said the fairy, and I'll have a go, and made her look like Marilyn Monroe. This gorgeous figure in the chair she sat, when she chanced to spy her old tomcat. He's my only friend, so if you can, please make him my handsome fancy man. this handsome youth to the girl drew near and whispered softly all in her ear. Oh, the night is young, but you'll regret the day you took me to see the vet.
A lusty young smith at his vice stood a-filing, his hammer laid by, but his forge still aglow. When to him a buxom young damsel came smiling, and asked if to work at her forge he would go. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. I will, said the smith, and they went off together. Unto the young damsel's forge they would go. They stripped to go to it, 'twas hot work and hot weather. She kindled a fire and she soon made him glow. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. Her husband, she said, no good work could afford her. His strength and his tools were worn out long ago. Well, mine, said the smith, are in very good order, and now I am ready my skill for to show. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. Red hot grew his iron, as both did desire, and he was too wise not to strike while 'twas so. She said, what I get out of the fire, so prithee strike home and redouble the blow. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. 6 times did his iron with vigorous heating grow soft in her forge in a minute or so. But soon it was hard and yet heating and beating. The more it was softened, it hardened more slow. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. The smith then would go, quoth the dame full of sorrow. Oh, what would I give, could my husband do so? Good lad, with your hammer, come hither tomorrow. Pray won't you use it once more ere you go? With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho. With a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, with a jingle bang, jingle bang, jingle, hi-ho.
Delicate hair, spring last May, as I traversed the grove, in thoughtless retirement, not thinking of love, I chanced to espy the gay nymph, I declare, and really she had a most delicate air, a most delicate air, and really she had a most delicate air. By a bubbling stream on a green mossy bed, a chaplet composing the fair one was laid. Surprised and transported, I could not forbear with rapture to gaze on her delicate hair, on her delicate hair, with rapture to gaze on her delicate hair. A thousand times o'er I repeated my suit, but still the tormentor affects to be mute. Pray tell me, ye swains who have conquered the fair, how to win the dear lass with the delicate air, with the delicate air, how to win the dear lass with the delicate air, with the delicate air, how to win the dear lass with the delicate air.
Well, I'm a Dundee weaver and I come frae bonny Dundee. I met a Glasgow fella and he came courting me. He took me out a walking down by the Kelvin Haw, and there the dirty wee rascal stole my thingamajig-a-waw, and there the dirty wee rascal stole my thingamajig-a-waw. He took me out to picnic down by the Rook and Glen. He showed to me a bonny wee bird, he showed me a bonny wee hen. He showed to me a bonny wee bird from a whizzer to a craw. And he showed to me the bird that stole my thingamajig-a-waw, and he showed to me the bird that stole my thingamajig-a-waw. Now I'll go back to Dundee looking bonny, young and fair, and I'll put on me bonny blue dress and tie up me bonny brown hair, and I'll lace up me corsets tight to make my body look sma', and nobody'll know from me rosy cheeks my thingamajigs-a-waw, and nobody'll know from me rosy cheeks my thingamajigs-a-waw. Now all ye Dundee weavers, take this advice from me, and never let a Glasgow lad an inch above your knee, and never stand in the tall grass or up against a wall, for sure as you do you can safely say your thingamajigs-a-waw, for sure as you do you can safely say your thingamajigs-a-waw.
Pray, gentle maiden, may I be your lover. Condemn me no longer to mourn and to weep. Cut down like a hart, I lie wounded and fainting. Pray let down your drawbridge, I'll enter your keep. Enter your keep, nonny nonny, enter your keep, nonny nonny. Let down your drawbridge, I'll enter your keep. Alas, gentle errant, I am not a maiden, and married to Sir Honor, that cunning old Celt. Is off to the wars for a 12-month or longer, but taken the key to my chastity belt. Taken the key, nonny nonny, taken the key, nonny nonny, taken the key to your chastity belt. Fear not, gentle lady, For I know a locksmith, to his shop we will go, at his door we will knock, and try to avail us of his specialized knowledge, to see if he's able to unpick your lock. Unpick your lock, nonny nonny, unpick your lock, nonny nonny, see if he's able to unpick your lock.
Alas, sir and madam, to help I'm unable. My technical knowledge is of no avail. I can't find the secret of your combination. The cunning old bastard has fitted a Yale.
Fitted a Yale, nonny nonny, fitted a Yale, nonny nonny, cunning old bastard has fitted a Yale.
The night squire returns with sad news of disaster. A terrible mishap I have to confide. As our ship was passing the Straits of Gibraltar, your knight and the key, they fell over the side.
Over the side, nonny nonny, over the side, nonny nonny,
Knight and the key, they fell over the side. Alas and alack, I am locked up forever.
But up spoke the blacksmith, saying, leave it to me, 'twas I forged your belt and I forged the key also, and as a precaution I've copies made 3. One for his lordship and one for the high priest. But only one works and I kept that for me. Kept that for me, nonny nonny, kept that for me, nonny nonny. Only one works and I kept that for me. Kept that for me, nonny nonny, duplicate key. I will open your lock with my duplicate key. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.